Current most popular TV series on Netflix both promote interracial relationships. Like, they do not want us to believe black love exists. How can we not see that there's an attack on black love? They want us to believe that black men and black women don't love each other. So us coming on this app or in real life, actually carrying these harmful thoughts is just exactly what they want us to do. It's crazy to me how black men and black women will be at each other's necks over harmful generalizations and stereotypes that the media wants us to believe. Like, we don't even see how brainwashed we are. Like, literally, they put out all these interracial couples and relationships in the media, and they never promote black love. And when you do see black love, you rarely ever see two, dark-skinned black people together. So then we go and think that, oh no, like, dark-skinned black people don't love each other. Black men don't love dark-skinned black women. Like, no, that's not true. That's what they want us to believe. Black love exists, y'all. Let's stop playing around like we don't know that. I think I speak for every black person on this app who's not trying to clout chase when I say stop the cap. Like, black men and black women will really be on this app, on TikTok, acting like they don't date black men and black women in real life. And they'll leave TikTok and go on Instagram and be like, oh my gosh, Lloyd Harvey stole my man. Michael B. Jordan is so fine. And then the black man will be, in every black woman's DMs talking about, oh my gosh, like, ain't nothing like a black woman. And then y'all get on this app and y'all act a fool because y'all want some views. Stop embarrassing us and stop the cap. Stop lying. You know that you talk to black women. You know you talk to black men. You know you love each other. And I'm so happy to see black men calling out other black men, who are doing this. Like, no, you're a coon, and stop saying that you speak for black men because black men love black women. Like, yes, kings. And shout out to the black women who are like, no, we love black men. You know what I mean? And I don't know why you don't think you'll get checked for coming at our men in real life. Like, you will still get checked. Black people, we are on the road to hitting $1.5 trillion in spending power this year. Our collective buying power means that nearly $2 trillion will be flowing through Black America annually extremely soon. Now, how is it that we have such a tremendous spending power, but yet we are the worst off economically? Forbes estimates that by 2053, Black households will have a median wealth of zero. That should not be possible when our spending power is at $1.5 trillion and nearly $2 trillion flows through Black America. That's more than some countries make all year, and their entire countries. How is it that with a $1.5 trillion and all this money flowing through our community, do our black dollars only stay in our community for 6 hours? Simply put, somebody else is getting the money from our black dollars, our black economy. So how did non-blacks take control of our black economy? This is my part 1 video. Stay tuned for my part 2, part 3, part 4 coming up right after this. It's time to get this together. Non-black people were able to gain economic control of the black dollar by taking advantage of our suffering.
Listen carefully. When Watts broke out, and Watts did break out, in the rebellion of 64, 65, and 66, the Jewish merchants left the black community. Then Arab merchants came in. Many of the Palestinians and other Arabs in the war-torn areas of the Middle East came to America to find relief. And they looked and saw, there you were, with a heavy breast full of milk. Your own baby is dying from neglect. So they came and you were good mammy. And now
our businesses were burned down and destroyed, and they came in and built up their businesses.
I call out everybody, and it just happened to be black people.
It's because of videos like yours and your video that claim that there are some black people justifying the murders of Asians by pointing out the anti-black attitudes towards black people in the Asian community. It allows them to deflect from the mistreatment and the exploitation of our community. You can produce any evidence and show it to all of us of black people justifying the murders of Asians, then we will all condemn it together. I will stand by you and condemn it. Until then, we cannot continue to allow them to deflect from the real relationship between the Asian businesses in our communities and the mistreatment and exploitation of our people. Our relationship is purely one-sided, where they take and never give back. To build an alliance, we have to deal with truth. The real truth may be very hard for them to digest, because we don't condone violence towards anyone, but we're the ones who are dying the most and filling the cemetery. The video perpetuates a false narrative. 6 hours, our black dollars stay in the black community. Look at the comparison. For Black people, our dollar only stays in our community for 6 hours before it goes out to other races. And obviously, we live in a society that requires money to survive and have any type of power. Money is like gas in a car, right? And if our dollar only lasts in our community for 6 hours, then that means that our gas tank is always close to on E. And luckily for us, we know that we have $1.5 trillion in spending power, so we don't have to go and look at where we need to find this money. Problem is that our $1.5 trillion is going to other people. I mentioned the economic blueprint plan in the video. Black people, we already have a national black treasury where we can unite our dollars and put it into a black treasury ran by Black people for Black people. And then our dollars, like every Black person donating $1 or any change that we can spare to this national treasury, will be used to buy land, farm, build schools. There's 40 million Black people in America. Us uniting our dollars is all we need. Today is the death anniversary of Latasha Harlins. Latasha Harlins was a 15-year-old Black girl who was shot in the back of the head by a Korean shop owner in March 16, 1991. Several witnesses attested that Latasha Harlins was not a threat to the Korean shop owner. She literally was not being aggressive, and there was no justifiable reason why the Korean shop owner shot her in the back of the head, claiming that she was trying to steal some orange juice. This was not an isolated incident. This is how Korean store owners or non-Black store owners treat their Black customers, and having the audacity to come into our communities to get economic wealth from our dollars. Today is also the day that my account was banned on TikTok. Videos pointing out the harmful relationship between Asian store owners and Black communities and the Black customers that they mistreat got over hundreds and thousands of views. I also talk about how Black dollars should go to Black people, and they called that racist and violating their community guidelines. Follow all of my socials because they are not about to stop me from talking about this. Black people, they want you singing, dancing, protesting, voting, throwing basketballs, throwing footballs. They want you spending money at their businesses, so they always say that they support Black Lives Matter. They want you distracted and focused on Black gossip and Black drama. They want you implicit and contributing to the things that keeps our community in shambles, like music that degrades our women, music that keeps our men in the prison system, music that keeps violence going in our community, false narratives and stereotypes that keep Black women and Black men divided from each other. The second you start advocating for all of that to end and for Black economic independence, that's when they want you to be silent. I won't stop telling us to keep focusing on creating Black-owned independence, creating a Black future, creating our own Black nation. Black people, our grandparents were not pro-integration. They were pro-separation. Stop letting white people lie to you about our history. And they were better off when they were away from others because they understood the importance of doing for self. It's time we get back to that. Black people, we have to stop being so forgiving. We cannot forgive something that continuously happens. That's not forgiveness. That is allowing yourself to be a doormat for everybody else to walk over. See, they want you to keep turning your cheeks so that they can keep robbing your pockets. Explain to me how we're supposed to overlook the exploitation of our communities, the mistreatment of our people, the murder of our people, because you went out and put Black Lives Matter in your bio and you were protesting for a couple of weeks? Since when has people of color unity meant that I have to ignore the violence happening against my people by your people and others for the sake of destroying the white man? Yes, of course, we want to destroy anybody who is committing injustice towards our people. You should not ever, Black people, say that it's not the time to speak about the violence that happens to you. The violence that happens to you is every day. The struggling and the suffering in your community is every day. And some of these allies contribute to it. We are never to turn a blind eye to that.